wish you could have seen what I just did with my fucking arms.
Was it the go live arm wave?
Yeah. It was like a wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ow, fuck, I've hurt my finger. I'm the worst. Jesus Christ, how did I even manage that?
Oh god, hold on, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's, oh fuck, Twitch was not muted. Okay, sorry everybody. It was playing it started playing an ad for Call of Duty Vanguard in my other window.
That must have been existentially horrifying.
Well, because you were like, yeah, hold on, let me just, so I thought you were doing it, and then I'm like, what is that?
What the fuck are you doing?
How?
Blackberry's like, sorry, my phone was going off, sorry guys.
Sorry, I was just watching twitch.tv/Patronix1234, who's currently doing a DBA downtime/short story. While data bounties usually focus on the more combat-oriented side of a role-playing game, this part focuses more on the roleplay. And while it isn't streamed to the world of DBA, it still happens, and we, as people, think that it's noteworthy enough to do it and stream to you, the viewer. Sorry, what was I saying?
Good bit, good bit. Hey, now that bit's done, hey Scarlet, what are we doing here today?
So we're doing a variety of things. The TLDR is that so in the most recent downtime, Blackberry got a very interesting gift from Cynthia, where it was a white elephant exchange, and Blackberry ended up with arguably the most, shall I say, fitting of the gifts for her to get. A favor from Kevia Alexis Vanderbelt. And she has this and a couple of other things on the mind, but this in particular is what's causing it. Plus, the additional small little detail of Cynthia. Blackberry explicitly requested Cynthia go along as like a mediator is a like wrong term, but you know, that's
to be there for the conversation since it concerns her.
Exactly, and maybe some other little things, but we won't get into that quite yet. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Neat.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty intense time, I'm guessing, so look forward to it. I don't know if we really need to do introductions exactly, but we got Scarlet.
Yeah, if you're interested, you can like join Fine Dining, our Discord server. Whoa, give it a minute and it'll be there. And see where these characters come from and you know, why they're here today, why they're important. Sorry for interrupting, though.
Here's the link.
Woo!
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Alright. So with that, do you want to get us started, Scarlet, or should I, or?
You know, I'll do it. I'll do it. So,
Okay.
Today in particular, it's kind of overcast, not the best weather around. Blackberry, you were here for a very particular reason, and just like, you know the layout of the Vanderbelt Manor pretty well. Better than, like, most of humanity as a whole. So you know how to get to the 3rd floor. And more interestingly, you know where Kevia's office is. Cynthia, since she was told about this happening beforehand, is just there already. And I want you to give me a roll, Blackberry.
Oh boy. Alright.
Because, you know, Cynthia's just idly performing knife tricks. And because you've seen that knife a lot, you'd notice two things. Number one, she's a lot worse with it than you remember. Number two, that isn't actually the same knife. It looks a bit more bland, lack of a better term. Still a butterfly knife, but just missing something. You guess you could say. Cynthia seems like kind of bummed by her lack of skill, presumably because the other one just came supernaturally to her, but she perks up. Okay. Got it?
Yeah,
She
hey.
stretches a bit. Hiya. So, again, you sure you want me in this conversation? Because, you've talked with her a decent amount, so I don't think you'll need me to stick around for too long.
Well, I mean, it's partially that, but also just, as I said, I mean, it partially concerns you, I guess. So,
Sure.
seeing that, one of her own daughters is in the room, at the very least, will maybe help things go a bit more smoothly,
Yeah. You're telling me that you want to force her to being a good person because her daughter's here. Who boy, you know her better than most people. Anyway.
Associates behind.
No, nobody's forcing anybody to do anything. I just, even though I know how...
It was a little joke. Sorry for even opening my big-ass mouth. Who fucking boy? She,
Hey.
puts her arms behind her head.
Chill.
What's up?
Chill the fuck out, alright? I'm
She,
just very tense right now.
She turns around and gives you a, are you serious kind of look, but then just shrugs.
I'm very tense right now, and I know how dangerous this is, but... Well,
she won't kill you.
that's good. That's a good start.
It always is, isn't it? And so, Cynthia just... God, this door's so fucking huge. Sometimes I wonder if she actually answers, or if, she just, she doesn't answer much, for me anyway. This being said, Cynthia would just open the door.
Blackberry leans to Enev. It's because she's got to fit her big ego through it.
Hey, Mom, conversation with someone, you know how it is. Yeah. She just goes over, manifests a throne as she tends to do. Kevaya eyes her two guests and nods. Welcome, I suppose.
Hello. Kind of waves a bit as she slowly... Yeah, she slowly walks forward, kind of looking around.
As Clementine would say... What's the story, Morning Glory? This is quite the odd situation to speak with me in, for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I imagine you're not threatening Cynthia or any one of my daughters, for that matter, forcing her to be witness to this. No, don't worry about it. She's just worried.
Yeah. Thanks to a lot of sort of emotional, development. I'm not that suicidal anymore. So no, I'm not doing that.
Very well. Kevaya stands up. Please, take a seat. She manifests deific rose as it's made out of ash in her hand, and just summons another table from the dinner table. Or another table, another chair. What the fuck am I thinking? Just
serving us.
Yeah, of the multiple tables that the Vanderbelt family has. Anyway.
Yeah. Should pull a chair over to here. About keep some distance.
Yes.
Ian would immediately go to this one, sit down.
One sec. This is a bit too far for my liking. I want to hear what people say.
No problem. Blackberry is like has crossed her legs, but her foot is just like it's wiggling very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Hands sort of
Alright.
clasped in her lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, scrapes
what
it
do
all
I-
the way across these like nice varnished wood floors.
No, she, in fairness, she like demanifests it, manifests it again. What do you desire to speak about?
She sort of takes a breath and she reaches into her pocket and pulls out the note that she got from the party and just puts it on the desk.
Kevaya eyes this over once or twice. Gives a particular, lack of a better term, stink eye to the final lol, as mentioned, as written in the paper. I can recognize the handwriting, but to make 100% sure, who did you get this from?
Out of character, it was Cynthia who
Yes.
submitted that, right?
Yes, it was.
It was Cynthia.
She gives a little wave, Cynthia. And Kevaya just looks up from the paper with something interesting in her eyes. Anger. Cynthia Andromeda Vanderbelt. Yeah? Why did you write this out? 'Cause, Hope wanted to go to a white elephant thing, which is a big gift exchange. Not, I know the backstory behind why it's called white elephants. Point is, I just woke up and it's like, Blackberry tells me, hey, Hope wants to go. And I'm like, alright, might as well follow her. And then it's like, I get there, right? And I guess Blackberry told me the rules like a bit before, but I didn't really pay much attention to them. Point is, right, I get there and I decide, you know what? The thing of the most value that I can write out is probably just a favor from you. So, now we're here. So you pass off the responsibility to me? More or less, yeah. Cynthia. What? That is quite rude and disrespectful, to say the least. To simply push, rather, a responsibility that you have onto me. For no reason, when you very well could have done something yourself. Listen. I just gave the most valuable thing I could. No. You gave what was easiest to give. Cynthia tightens her look slightly, staring at Kevaya. In like, you're an adult, but you still don't want to talk up to your parents kind of way. I'm sorry, but now we're here. Not much else I can really fucking do, Mom. I want you to know that I would rather you never do this again. Handing out favors like this willy-nilly is a way to get you on lists for unsavory groups so that they can... If word got out about this... I know what people would do if word got out about this. They'd be like, hey, can you give me one of those? And I'd be like, nah, fuck no. And what if they, as you so eloquently put it when you last came in here, kick your ass? Then you'll bust me out.
Miss Vanderbilt, if I may. Blackberry just sort of raises a hand.
She sits back down and just kind of like holds her face with a hand. Yes, what is it?
Whether or not what she did was wrong, that's not my place to say, but what I was going to say is that, to be honest, I was going to talk to you about something anyway. That note is more just a formality to show that I'm here. It says that I'm asking for a favor, but more like what I want to ask is for you to just hear me out. Because I want to come to an arrangement between all of us that we can all come out of better for it. I want something that's going to make all of us equally happy. I'm not here to exploit you for your time or to just, get some stupid gift from you. I just want to talk.
Okay, Vi gives a little, hand gesture to, in Cynthia's general direction, which Cynthia recognizes and, rolls her eyes, sits back up properly. To Blackberry, it may have seemed like just an idle, yes, carry on kind of gesture, but still, she inhales. Alright. I apologize. I let my emotions get in the way of things, shall I say. However,
I know that feeling. It's okay.
I'm sure that you can understand where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
I do.
Cynthia, as to make sure this event does not escape your mind, I would like to repeat. Do not. I know Clementine has been away for the past while. I don't know if she's touring right now, but you could have done hundreds of thousands of things. You could have gifted something of your own creation. You could have knitted something, or just made something. Made an entire dimension for someone to train, or if you focus for long enough, to just have access to. Your excuses. I am not angry. I am just disappointed. And with that classic mom card out of the way, Kevaya stands up, using Deific Rose as a cane, goes over to the music box and just kind of looks around a little bit. Blackberry, do you know much about my father?
No, nothing.
Starts going through various records she has. Well, something that I often say is that the one thing that he gave was an enjoyment of classical music. That's why I still have this outdated thing here. It reminds me of simpler times, though. Very far from better. Yes, here it is. She takes a particular record, puts it in, starts the gramophone. Just things like this calm me down. He was a horrible person. As my brother so eloquently put it, he just sat by as someone tried to raise a family to rule the world from the shadows. And after a long time, we find ourselves here. So, this being said, I apologize for wasting your time.
No, it's fine.
So, what would you like to speak about then?
She sort of takes a deep breath and keeps her expression somewhat determined, like she's probably rehearsed this in her mind many times. Well, it's funny you mention, understanding where you're coming from, because, well, that's part of why I'm here, is because I do. After we had that talk, after the Hope situation, I've been thinking a lot, and I mean, she sort of looks down a bit at her lap. When I died the first time, I completely forgot about my entire long, stupid life up to that point, including everything that happened recently. Of course, including JoJo and the friends I made, and Enev here. She nods to Enev.
Enev nods back, kind of knowing the experience.
And then when I died the second time, I had to give up a memory, a very, precious memory to me. It was when me and JoJo first met and went on that whole adventure together, and I met other people too, like Victor and everybody, and, it's one of my favorite memories, because even though the experience itself was mixed, it was, when I really thought
she
I can
holds
do
up her
this.
hand. I apologize for interrupting. Please feel free to continue afterwards, but just know that I would rather you be completely honest with me. As in just, I know that it is partially my fault. Do not feel the need to soften the blow. I am objectively a horrible person, and I've come to terms with that a long time ago. Carry on.
She sort of thinks about how to proceed. Well, all of that to say that I've been thinking about, what I would do to protect my, family, I guess. Like, I've had a lot of friends over the course of my life, don't get me wrong, and, I don't, they come and go, but being at DBA and obviously being with JoJo has really been the first time I felt like, maybe it's just because we're all in this big, stupid organization together, but I think it's the closest thing to a family I've ever really had. And to protect that family, I'd do just about anything, including meet up with, the devil herself. She, nods to Kevaya, but clearly means it somewhat lightheartedly.
She seems to take it in a lighthearted direction.
And again, like you said, after the hope thing, I know that, yes, you're a horrible person. You've done all these horrible things, and I get that, but that's not what I want to talk to you about. Because obviously there are some things that we're never going to agree on, and we're never going to reach any sort of common ground about. But protecting each other's families, we can agree on that, right? Our agendas align in that way.
She gets a slight smile, but it's wiped away pretty quickly. I would like to firstly thank you for being mature about this subject and understanding that, not everything can be concurred on fully. Were I to speak with other ones of your organization, I'm sure that some would try and convince me that the things that I'm doing are wrong and give me a conversation I have had hundreds of times. But nonetheless, I can align with that goal, yes. What do you request?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what it seemed like from you and Cynthia's perspective, but after we had the fight with her, yes, we managed to win, but frankly, my body has been so fatigued, I haven't even, classed up properly, even though I should be at enough strength to do so. Emmerich and Venus have been completely, tired and resting mostly, and, obviously that's fine. Queenie has been very tired as well. Suffice to say, it took everything we had and more to even fight her to that point. And frankly, like, we're all just sort of in the mindset of, it's not like we're the only strong people DBA has. There are others, but if we have to keep, just fighting you guys over and over again, I mean, even if we somehow, like, eventually beat you, right? Like, it wouldn't be without casualties, or at the very least, just our spirits would break before our bodies do. And, obviously, everybody, I don't speak for all of DBA, and I'm sure they'll all do what they have to and do what they think is right, but I think at the very least I can speak for, myself, and, I'm like to think I'm decently close with Venus, and that she'll listen to what I have to say. So, I know, sore subject, I'm sorry, the point is, we don't want to keep fighting you any more than you want us to keep fighting you. And I know we're sort of in this, like, awkward ceasefire right now, and, like, you even helped us before with the hope thing, which is, we thank you for that. I thank you for that. But I just feel like you don't want your family to get hurt. We don't want to get hurt. So I think if we can all just come to some kind of, truce where, as long as we each fulfill certain conditions that we set out, at the very least we don't need to be at each other's throats, and, maybe we can even help each other out. I mean, I'm sure you have plenty of issues you have to deal with all the time. That DBA is good at solving problems, even if they cause 3 more for every problem they do solve. So, like, and I'm sure you're all incredibly powerful, and DBA has, I'm sure DBA has, like, a million enemies that are much less reasonable than you are. Ranging from insane scientists and kidnappers to, your other family members. Yes. What was that?
Mr. White or Xander or whoever, just...
Yeah, he's another one, and...
Never mind.
Yeah.
It's very evident that, like, even thinking about the fucking Mr. White / Xander situation, like, triggers her slightly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's him and just a bunch of others. Fucking, JoJo's mom. I don't know how much you've heard about that shit, but needless to say, like, there are a lot of villains out there who are way less reasonable than you, who, we could also use some help with, frankly. So, again, I have to, something inside of me is saying I have to try to at least find some kind of common ground here, because, like, it seems it would be way more productive for both sides if we would help each other out instead of wasting energy on each other and just getting upset and, I know the Venus situation hurts you, but it certainly hurts her as well. She doesn't like it any more than you do.
I disagree. She stands up again, using Deific Rose as a cane once more. Blackberry.
Yes?
My epithet gives me many things that, truth be told, perhaps I take for granted. However, Venus is not as kind of a person as you think she is.
Well,
I mentioned this, though I feel it was glossed over. She had to be talked down from murderous intent that day when you fought Cynthia. She was ready to kill her. But from what I saw, it didn't seem like that was in her mind for a moment, from your perspective, yes? You assumed that she wanted to handle the situation peacefully, and thusly is a fair assessment.
I can't read Venus's mind, but... I mean...
She's being manipulative at the very least, partially. She's leaving out certain details about her time here. She's trying to make it seem worse than it was. And to an extent, I can understand. But, furthermore, it makes my blood boil a little bit to know that to DBA, she's just this virtuous hero that can do no wrong when no one makes choices solely for the betterment of the world. Nonetheless.
If that's true, then that's all the more reason for us to try to get along and put all of that behind us, and, you know, I'll handle Venus on my own time.
Please do. She takes a few, seems to just listen to the music. What is it that you recommend then? As the menace aura just kind of dissipates a little bit.
I think that we should try, I mean, to start off at least by just being neutral towards each other, and then, you know, work our way up from there, hopefully to the point where we can ask each other for help when we need it. But obviously, you know, not everybody in DBA is going to be, like, overjoyed to work with you, and I'm sure not all of your daughters are going to be overjoyed to work with us, but at the very least, like, in terms of, you know, like, in the grand scheme of things, we will be, you know, at least, you know, if not working together all the time, we'll at least be, like, we'll have a more productive relationship, you know?
In that case, would it be fair to say that you want an alliance rather than a ceasefire?
Yes. But I'm sure you have conditions, and I have a couple as well, and, you know, maybe some other people in DBA will also have some conditions.
She cringes a little bit at that, thinking about how there are 300 plus of them, but just shakes her head a little bit. I believe it would be imperative that we start with yours, then. What are your conditions?
The main thing I would want is just for you to just, you know, tell the rest of your family to just, you know, leave all of us alone, don't mess with us and we won't mess with you, sort of thing. You know, they don't have to like it, they don't have to like us, but at least just, you know, I just don't want even more, you know, kidnappings or hostage situations or murders to happen. that's kind of like, you know, just it sounds kind of funny that that's like my baseline, but to be honest, that's what it is at this point. And that, and I would also like it if it's as you say, and you do everything you do to make your family happy, and that's why you know, are the way you are, then would it be completely impossible for you to at least stop some of the villainous stuff? Like, just at least no, like, you know, mass murderings, or like, I mean, the problem is I don't fully know what you get up to, and like, it's fine if I don't, but just like, at least nothing like super just murderous and bad that will, you know, have splash effects that will, you know, because, you know, from what I can tell, the underworld, so to speak, is like a hornet's nest, and you poke it, and, you know, then we have to deal with it too, and it's like, just, sorry, I'm stumbling over things, just...
If, for example, you mean, do not go after Mercadia, do not go after the Legion of Lost Angels, I can certainly manage such a thing.
Well, actually, I mean, we might need help with Mercadia, from what I've heard. I haven't fought them myself, but they seem very terrifying. Like, I'm fine with it if it's, like, going after, like, very evil organizations that are, you know... You've seen them, right, Enev? I mean, like, they've taken some of us, and... yeah. Like, if it's stuff like that, it's fine. I just mean, like... I just don't want, you know... I'm just sure that at least the people I'm closest with in DBA would feel better about being in an alliance if they knew you at least weren't going after innocent people and... you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, you're all very powerful, and I just think that power could be used for better things than just, you know, your own benefit. And I mean, like if your goal was to, you know, make your family powerful enough that they can, you know, do whatever they want, then like I it's hard for me to imagine them being much scarier than they are now. So
Hell yeah, Cynthia says, just from the back. Kevai gives her a look of, you're evidently not taking this seriously, but again shakes her up to the current moment. Oh, that's Cynthia, such a jokester.
well, I mean, she is very scary, to be honest. I do not want to have to fight her again, or any of the others.
In that case, I am still... The Vanderbelts are quite wealthy, in no small part due to Valira. And I am afraid to say that her business is being a dictator, simply put.
Oh. I see.
I am afraid that if you desire us to simply not do traditionally evil things to traditionally good people, that is simply not going to be able to happen. I get paid for jobs for my family. Could I potentially do something a bit more earnest with my life? Of course. Would I accept such an offer? Potentially. It depends. But...
And I assume you can't just be like, stop doing that.
She looks at Blackberry with a look of like, are you serious? And she just... Blackberry.
Yeah?
How do you have a dictator stop dictating, for one? And for two, how do you split apart the many places that they own in such a way that everyone is happy?
I mean, Gay Hell figured it out. But no, I understand.
Again, I'm afraid that there is something that is inherently impossible, simply put.
Well, what about, I mean, we could start, because again, you can't speak for all your daughters, and I can't speak for all of DBA, but we could start with at least you. I'm not trying to get you to spill all your secrets or anything here, but, what kinds of things do you do that you think you could, cut back on? This sounds stupid saying it out loud.
Mom, your murder addiction's gotta stop. It's there in the family of Cynthia. Sorry. I thought I'd lighten the mood.
You're one to talk.
Shut the fuck up! Cynthia. She, you can tell that, it was, half in jest, the shut the fuck up, but still, just... It is okay.
It's fine. Just,
For all parties.
I understand that it's not, realistic for you to just, drop everything you're doing and help us instead. But, we'll help you in return, and, again, as long as you're not, killing our, family members and stuff, it'll probably at least mostly be fine.
Let us speak about what I can cut back on.
She can't help but snicker a bit, just how silly it sounds. You okay, Enev?
Yeah, I'm okay. Anyone with a half-decent inside check would know that Enev is holding on. They know that they need to sit and listen, but it's still... Mom is fighting, oh no.
Yeah, just... Is Cynthia making you nervous?
No, I'm okay. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Takes a second to readjust their seat and lets the conversation continue.
I apologize if she's been more aggressive than usual, simply put. She's been dealing with her own lion's share of problems recently. Not the least of which being, let's say, losing her favorite butterfly knife. Gave it away in the stupid fucking Wish. I regret it already. Kinda.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
Wish?
Yeah, the one I got during the White Elephant. Kevaya seems notably calmer, knowing that, to a certain extent, she's exchanging a talk with Blackberry for a wish. But anyway. Nonetheless, I suppose if you very much wanted me to, I have several hundred favors from several hundred people, believe you me, that I've collected over yeah, I see everyone typing there, that I've collected over the years. And I could, in theory, use it for the sake of an information gathering ring, lack of a better term. Which would probably be a worse use of my time. I'm still a, shall I say, villainous social butterfly, as I often explain it, of you talk to me if there is someone you want to talk to. I've talked with the Legion once, in fact. They are interesting people. more decent than I think you realize. But
I'm not really sure what's up with them. Just to confirm, right? So Echo was here during the party, right? Did you see her while she was there, or?
I know of Echo, yes.
Well, she's been like working herself to death trying to figure out information on, Mercadia and stuff. And like just so we're clear, you don't have secret a secret dark alliance with them or anything, right? Because they literally they're just putting people in Epithet torture tubes as a sick prank.
Blackberry. she holds up a hand. I think that you forget that Ingrid being kidnapped was shown on public television.
Yeah, and Melagrano too was. I mean, us getting him out at least. Not
She
me,
looks
but...
to the side and just under her breath, I suppose she's a child too, yes. But nonetheless, the point is, I do not concur with Mercadia, no.
Well, then if you want to do an information gathering thing, that sounds like the perfect first thing we can do that you can do for us. Oh shit, hold on. I need to replay the fucking gramophone. There we go.
No, it's fine. It can have stopped. Would you like me to restart it?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. It was honestly really nice. But
I do think so. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And she just she just fucking restarts it.
And
it's quite solemn, but we're not here to speak of music.
Yeah, if you did that, then I'll take on the burden if I need to, but we can work out some sort of favor currency, right? Like an exchange between you and DBA where you're doing this, so we'll do something for you, and as long as we agree to it, it can't just be anything. I don't think on either count. That wouldn't be good, but
Very well.
I hope this is all making sense.
It is. Though, for 100% clarity, you desire to set up some sort of system in place between DBA and my family in such a way that we can both benefit.
Yes, while not killing each other, yes.
To be completely honest, I think that the prospect of DBA doing things for the Vanderbelts and vice versa is an interesting one.
It's gonna be really stupid.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
She evidently didn't mean it in an aggressive way, but just... There are some things that having a couple of boots on the ground could help with very, very much. And just the same, I'm sure that the family's wealth and positions will be very interesting to you.
Well,
truthfully, that's where the sentence ends.
Well, I think that not only would this arrangement be good for both sides, but I'm being somewhat selfish here too, because it would let me spend more time with, Enev and Hope and Voya and, well, Cynthia too, if she can stomach me for long enough.
Listen, not right now. The fucking wish thing happened, and I feel beyond fucking shitty. I'm using all my fucking 11 constitution for staying conscious through this fucking conversation, lady. I don't know what the fuck you want from me. Cynthia. Yeah, 1 minute. Point is, fucking, I'm fine with that. I'm sure most of the family would be. Fucking... I'm sure my mom was gonna mention this too, right? And you're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, fat fucking big words coming from you, right? I feel like you're cheating with the metaphorical you know, situation with Hope and Voya, where, you know, Voya just follows Hope everywhere, and Hope just follows her sister everywhere, and they're always at your place, so, you know, it's been getting rare that they come around, and,
Well, I will make sure, you know, I'll introduce Jubilee and them to this place, and that'll be part of what I do, is, you know, of what I do to make up for it. I'll bring them around more often, and also, can't you just make a new knife? Sorry, this just like occurred to me just now.
She like puts a hand to her face. I could, yes. Two things though, right? Number one, fuck do you think I did? Number two, I can make a new knife, but I can't make 20 years of memories along with it.
It was just that specific knife, huh?
Yeah, I did horrible things with that knife, to be completely honest, but like, I don't know, it felt like an extension of myself, and to some extent, feels like a third hand's been cut off recently.
Well,
And
I
you're
happen
probably
to...
thinking, well, that's fucking first world ass problems. You're the person who kills people for fun, but it's like,
I'll tell you what
fair.
I'm thinking, Cynthia.
Hmm.
I happen to know a very good blacksmith. If you want a new knife to your exact specifications, enchanted with cool whatever you want, since, you know, it would be made in, like, it would literally be forged in the fires of hell. So...
Kevaya wipes sweat off of her brow, knowing it's not Beowulf.
yeah, like, thank Christ. So, like, I could make an arrangement to get you a knife like that if you wanted.
I'll think about it. I don't like asking for help. I don't like asking for fucking favors from anyone. But just for you, sweetheart, I'll think about it.
It's not a favor, it's just a favor, like lowercase f.
I see.
See, I'm not the... You guys aren't the only one with connections. I know cool demons and stuff who can do cool things. She looks proud of herself.
I see. Well, to be honest, a few things. Number one, I would be very happy to meet Jubilee myself, properly, instead of hot off the heels of Godzilla destroying Tokyo. Second, if any one of my family bothers you, let me know. I will have a stern talk with them, and they will understand that there is a time to hold your tongue. There's a time to put aside your differences, as from an outsider's perspective, I can understand that You must think that this house is perpetually drenched in chaos and vitriol, but it's, to some extent, the way that we show love. Deep down, there is a deep respect and care for every one of us, more or less.
I've lived in some rowdy houses, too, so I get it.
Yeah, I can confirm if you think she's fucking lying. I can ring up any one of my sisters, and, I'm sure that they'll say the same. Even Voya, but... Hey...
Yeah, I mean...
Hey, fucking... Blackberry?
Mm-hmm.
This is like its own separate-ass fucking thing, right? I kinda think I abused Voya for a while, you know? Like, back when DBA was first getting going, I just fucking was so fucking pissed off when even the thought came to mind of fucking her doing hero shit, and I don't know, I wanted to say that, I guess, to let people know that I'm doing shit wrong, and I think I've gotten better about that, and I think that our relationship has been really fucking wounded because I did that for a time, because I was just so fed up with the concept of heroism because Venus tainted it, and I just let those feelings spill over, and yeah. Sorry, that's kind of fucking heavy for, you know, just exchanging a favor with lol at the end, but...
Blackberry goes over and hugs her.
She's surprised, but, like, just kinda, like, awkward hugs her back.
The small Enough hugs both of them.
Thanks. Sorry, just, again, I wanted to tell someone that I'm not, you know, biggest motherfucker around who can't do any wrong. I have some, you know.
Blackberry sort of shudders against her a bit. I know more than anyone that, you know, it admitting when you've done something wrong and acknowledging it's the hardest shit in the whole universe to do, and I'm really proud of you, Cynthia.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, you were having a conversation.
Yeah, sorry.
So...
Sorry.
Vaya just was patiently writing down something in a letter. No, please. To be completely honest, pardoning the times I'm pointed around like a sword, I have a decent amount of spare time. So, feel free to focus on whatever diversions you feel like.
Well, as I think that's most of what I wanted to say, so as long as you aren't pointed at anybody who's, you know, completely innocent or aligned with DBA, then I think we can help each other out, and it'll be good. I
kill many people within the still circles. To some extent, you can see me as a malfunctioning white blood cell of sorts. Often attacking other pieces and parts of the underworld itself. Though that's neither here nor there.
Well, I mean, I don't know as much about this world, but I mean, if it's people who are gonna kill other people, then I guess it's not the worst.
I make no promises for all of my family concurring. in the way of extending their favors, and just the same, getting favors from DBA would be off limits to them as well, unless it were very important, very important. However, I believe that we both have things to do. You clearing it with the metaphorical higher-ups, such as Emmerich and such, and knowing their terms as well.
Yeah, I can clear it. I can clear it with my friends, and we'll start spreading the word.
So that we can properly put it into place.
Yeah.
Building up an alliance with someone such as myself, I don't even think the mayor would think kindly of, truth be told. But
Wow.
if there's something I can appreciate about DBA, it's that it doesn't like establishments.
We'll talk to him too. I mean, like, I just... It's a start, at least.
Very well. Would you like me to pass forward the advent of the temporary alliance of sorts that me and Echo are, I suppose, going to go into?
Yeah, that sounds good. And if you need any help with that or anything else, just let me know. And again, I'll bring over, Jubilee and stuff soon. I need to not... this will make it easier for me to not, dread being here or anything.
Very well. I would like a follow-up conversation after things are more clear.
I imagine we'll have to keep talking about this, yeah.
Indeed. And when things come to pass, then, well... When things come to pass, when more affirmations are made about this alliance, then we can discuss the implications for both parties.
Yep. Sounds good. Again, I'll start talking with people in DBA and spreading the word about this and seeing what everyone thinks.
To be clear, I will not be doing anything hasty or grandiose in regards to stopping my assassination business altogether. I will be averting my eyes from the more virtuous of folk. I will be turning my head from the traditionally kind, which I often did not focus on anyway. But I will not stop doing what I do. And I want that to be completely clear for all parties. Understood?
She hesitates, but nods.
Very well. Despite my earlier aggression, I'll admit it's partially due to Mr. White.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I've been kind of out of the loop on what's going on with him, but I know he is like one of his minions made epithet cancer. Like literally, it's just called that, I guess. So
Kevaya does like a slow blink that conveys 1,000 years of pain, torment. Imagine trying to put together a puzzle that is made of Google pieces, one with 100 zeros, to be 100 100% clear. All communicated within a singular blink as she just says, "It's quite confusing, yes. Nonetheless, if you desire someone to speak to your problems about, if you desire someone to speak of simple day-to-day issues with, it will be quite difficult to find someone with the experience I have."
Well, I mean, kinda same here as far as this world goes. It's weird to think that I'm probably older than you. I don't actually know how your whole thing works, and you don't have to say, but yeah.
I am in my 60s. She brings out David Rose for a moment. Sorry, I just have to threaten him from time to time. Nonetheless.
He just comes in, like...
Just peekees in through the window.
Nonetheless. Would you like to end our metaphorical peace talks for the time being, then?
Yeah, I think so. I think this has been good. I appreciate you for listening.
Of course. Pause the music whilst I switch.
Yeah, oh.
She takes it off, puts it back into the sleeve. Well, that, I feel, was quite productive. Enough?
Yes, Mom?
Just, don't worry. I'm just making sure, I suppose. Judging by the fact that you came in with Blackberry. I assume you're wanting to spend the night with her for the night?
Yeah. Okay. I figured I'd probably spend some time there since I've been here for a little bit.
Of course.
I'll bring them all back soon. Promise.
Your promise means more than you think it does, I think.
Thanks.
If nigh anyone else at DBA, pardoning, Emmerich is the main one that comes to mind, would say something like that to me, I would assume that it is something to save their hide, but...
Like how Voya promises she won't get into the cookie jar.
Kevile, like, shakes her head, walking over to a particular drawer, which just has a bunch of, like, half-eaten vials of spearmint and peppermint.
Oh my god.
If you think your cookie jar problem is bad. Neither here nor there, though. Point is, she is quite a handful, as is Hope. And if there's anyone that I'm sure can handle it, it would be you. Though, Enef, I think that you're forgetting something before you end up going. Calm down. She just, like, kneels down and hugs Enev super tight.
Oh, yeah, no, Enev immediately hugs back tight. Love you, Mom.
I love you too, Enev. She, in the classic mom way, as she is going to stand up again, does a little kiss on his hat and his forehead. Anyway.
Goodbye, Mayor. I love you.
That is all the business that I have with Enev, I do believe. So, if you desire to split up, then feel free.
Alright. Thank you, Miss Kevaya.
Thank you, Mom.
Of course, sweetie.
Enid goes over and gives Cynthia a small hug. Bye, Cynthia.
She gives a small hug back. See you, kiddo.
I'm gonna go get everyone ready, okay, Blackberry?
Yeah, alright.
Okay, and then Enid starts hurrying out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
oh,
Enev
hi, Mr. Train.
Oh, fucking.
Yeah, of course. Enev and his posse of and then, like, the words are cut off as Kevaya slashes Deific Rose. transporting the air that contained that word somewhere else. Watch your language around the children. Like you fucking do. She just like sighs and shakes her head. Fair enough, I suppose. She
Alright,
sits
well.
down. This has been an interesting conversation, though. With the advent of this, I have several people that I should know of the new arrangement.
Okay, yeah, same
Am
here,
I-
so...
Am I freed from the battlefield of politics? Kevaya looks up at Cynthia. Yes, you are, sweetie. Glad to hear it, Mom. And then she just turns toe and just... Alright, well, usually I'd be like, bed languishing time, baby, because that's what I do to pass the fucking time, but like, listen, it makes a bit more sense now because, as mentioned, it feels like I'm, like, dying.
2 songs are playing.
Ah, that's great, because one is supposed to be playing.
Iris, I believe it's
There
your
we go.
record.
No,
Oh, okay.
it was in the roll 20. Okay, we're good now.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to meeting again. Under
Yes, of course.
circumstances.
She, hesitates before, like, curtsying a bit, and then, turning to walk away.
Kevaya gives as much of a bow as she can manage, sitting down. Just continues writing.
Alright, that went better than I thought, everybody.
Oh, very much so. Just the very particular way you worded things, but I feel like as time goes on and more people put in their 2 cents, it'll get a lot more complicated.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
it's gonna get complicated. Like, I'll say now for all of DBA, feel free to make this explode in Blackberry's face. This is just what she'd do.
Right, I need to reveal the outside, because I thought it would be cool if it's just like, whoa, this is the only place. Oh, spooky. But...
It's all
Yeah.
good. Yeah, she walks out, and immediately she just, like, doesn't, like, fully collapse, but puts her hands on her knees, and is just like, oh, okay. Oh, God. Cynthia, can you make me, like, a chair or something?
Oh, I can make you more than a fucking chair, bitch. Let me get the throne asset again. Yeah, I keep telling you, she's not that, like, big of a deal, you know?
I know, I just, talking about anything so seriously is just, a lot of energy.
Fair enough. Also there.
As
The
soon
throne,
as
like,
it-
sweeps you off your feet.
As soon as it appears under her, her, like, void tendrils just start devouring it. Oh, God. Alright. Well, I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I guess so. Cynthia stretches again, starts playing with her knife a little bit. Anyway, you can go and see Nev now. I'll just portal back to my room and problem solved.
She finishes up the chair. Alright, well, I'll see you soon then, Cynthia. Let me know if you wanna talk about any of that stuff at some point.
You just punched her in the stomach with how she reacted. Of just like, she looks to the side in a, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to say I want to talk about it kind of way. But she waves. Then disappears.
She, like, Blackberry, like, hesitates. I mean, she like, leans in. Come on, you gotta tell me who it is, at least. Like, I'm gonna die of curiosity.
Oh, fucking Kate. So, here's the fucking thing, right? Don't laugh at me. To start.
I won't. She's already, like, smirking, though, like, having to hold it in.
Okay, so, you know, I went there and, like, to the fucking white elephant shit. And, you know, I just fucking drowned myself in conversational alcohol, you know? And, like, you know, I was always thinking, like, you know, it's gotta be, like, just the right person to, like, click with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like... She drops the knife to the floor.
Come on, who is it?
Puts both hands on her forehead like this is agonizing to her. I don't know, I kind of feel like I hit it off with Roko.
Oh, Roko. That,
Yeah.
the Basilisk girl, right?
Yeah, green girl.
Yeah, she kind of she has a vibe.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, we could get along. You know, she's fucking chill. I'm fucking chill, and I think that, you know, she's a bit more energetic than me, and, you know, she could just, like, fucking maybe just pull me places, but still, like, resonate with my own, like, personal lack of energy, but have just the littlest bit more to, like, do shit, you know? And...
I also think she literally wished for bigger tits as well.
Cynthia looks
But I'm sure
down
that has nothing to do with it,
sadly.
right?
Cynthia just looks down at her own fucking flat as a runway.
But Blackberry isn't that flat, but they definitely are not Roko premiums either, so...
Yeah, exactly. Truth be told, it doesn't have anything to do with it, like, physically. It's just like, you know what? I can respect that wish. I can respect that wish.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I get it.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
understanding where you're coming from.
Yeah, I would
I
have as
feel
well,
like
but yeah.
I feel like I pull this look off fine, though.
Yeah, of course you do. Well...
Yeah, just, now it's like, okay, where the fuck do I start? Because I don't think she's gonna be too into, you know, just, getting it on with someone who's admitted to killing people.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I would say that she seems pretty chill and that you shouldn't be too intimidated, but I was intimidated for weeks by, like, JoJo. So, I don't know, I'm sure that this is gonna be difficult, but, I mean, I think you should go for it at least, you know? Like, sometimes girls like a fixer-upper as well, you know?
But, like, where the fuck do I, like, meet her? Like, Cynthia remembers that she's, the daughter of one of the most powerful people in the city. Okay, no, never mind. I think I have one idea.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like you could just
Still,
go
like-
to her place and, like, smoke weed and it'd be fine. Like, she seems really relaxed, one of those types, you know?
You think I could do that?
Blackberry's, like, shrugs, like, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. She seems like, again, like you're saying, she seems to have a very chill vibe. I don't think that, like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you'll be, you know, doing your thing where you mope a lot on the couch, and, you know, Roko will be like, hey, she gets a more serious expression like hers. Hey, chill out, babe. Let's just, like, here's a blunt, you know? Tell me about how you're feeling a bit. I don't know. That's how I imagine it in my mind.
Cynthia, like, looks to the side. I'll keep that in mind.
See, being friends with us isn't so bad.
Shut up! Sorry. Yeah, guess it ain't.
You're such a goober. Just go ask her out.
She hits her with her 33 damage basic attack. No. Again, like, where the no, where the fuck do I? Listen, I feel like if I walked up to her, she'd be like, you've murdered people, and I'd be like, yeah. Fucking whatever. Never mind. It's
Well, Cynthia, you have murdered people, to be fair. And maybe you're gonna need to be willing to give some things up if you want to get some things in return.
Blackberry, are you telling me that my murdering people addiction might tear this relationship apart?
She gets the Roko face again. Nah, it's fine, babe. Let's just chill out a bit. Why don't you tell me where these dark temptations are coming from?
I see. Okay. Got it. Understood. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every time you feel like you just, you can't take it anymore and you're just gonna go apeshit, just remember Roko's massive rack.
I'll be sure to, instead of RNR, it's RMR, RMR.
Exactly.
Yeah, instead of relaxation, it's tits.
Cynthia, like, maybe
Yeah.
this is gonna sound like a joke because I'm from gay hell, but like, I've known plenty of people who give up a lot of bad habits because of titty.
She for a moment glares at Blackberry before, like, the understanding that it's genuine comes, like, hits her. Alright, that's cool and alright. This being said, wish shit, tired me the fuck out. I feel like my arms are broken. And everything else, really. It is a miracle that I, like, stayed awake and up for these two conversations.
Oh, do you need me to carry you?
Cynthia, like, you can see in her face, like, no. That sounds kind of good, actually. No. Okay, fucking go with Enev. Tell him I love him again because I don't say that enough myself. And the prospect of me having to dare speak such vile words is making me think about Roko again, and we all know the issue with that.
Wow.
And like, who even knows if it's gonna fucking go anywhere anyway? Cause like, who knows if she's like even that much of a fucking whatever. I'll just never mind.
Well,
Never mind.
if not her, maybe someone else, Just keep an open mind, hon.
Yeah, okay. Despite her like dismissiveness, she seems like dead ass genuine. Anyway, yeah, I also used, like, the big-ass fucking wish that I got from Rainbow to be like, hey, Roko isn't as she's a fucking terrorist, I never want to speak to her, as normal people would be.
I don't think you'll need to use your wish on that, hun.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, never mind, it's fucking... DBA's powers are bullshit, and she portals away.
Yeah, I know.
Just drops through a portal, and like you can practically see like into an alternate dimension of just bed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then Blackberry comes over here and she's like, oh fuck, where's Enev's room? She goes to try to find it.
There's a map, if unless you want to just say Enev ends up.
We can just cut to the yard now. We have one more thing, and then we'll be done.
I don't have your posse, but
I'll get them out. Just give me a second.
in fact, I don't have Blackberry either.
Enev's not even there.
You know what? You know how, like, in DBA, something always escapes you to set up? Well, in this case, it is a downtime and this map. But the GM layer is set up for Iris's sake. So just tell me when.
I need Blackberry
I think first and foremost, we need to find Blackberry. Here she is. There you go.
Also, you know what I told you ahead of time?
This blood.
This is Venny. Don't step within their cloud. It's poisonous for everyone.
Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, no, Blackberry just walks out, and she's again very visibly stressed. Whenever she's stressed out, her tendrils start, trying to like eat things around her, and she keeps them restrained for the moment. But she just sighs. Alright, well, that went about as well as I could have hoped, to be honest. I hope you, are happy with the way things are going too, Enev.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to at least talk to Mom about that, because I know that's kind of a big thing with everyone. But, yeah, thank you again for picking me up. And sorry about everyone. Kind of looks. I feel like my group keeps getting bigger, but it's nice to have a lot of friends.
Well, you're just really popular. What can I say?
Kind of does a little smile. Also, I just as the tiniest thing, because it's in the background of something else. Would you mind just giving me a D20 for if Blackberry noticed doing something in the room?
Oh, sure, yeah.
No, nothing out of the ordinary.
Oh, nothing? Alright. Well, on that concerning note, right, Blackberry, she'll start walking down the stairs with Enev, and at that point, yeah, go ahead and stop the music.
I can do that for you, sure. What should I play?
I've got it on my end.
Okay. Got it.
I'll put it
Just tell me when.
I'll put it in voiceless for if others want to hear it. I am gonna start playing it in just a second. But yeah, as she takes like the first step down the stairs, Enev, you suddenly hear a like fleshy sound, and you look over, and there is a sword just through like not like straight through Blackberry's like middle, but like through like her side, just stabbing through it. And you see Vivian there with a smug grin on her face, and Blackberry is just standing there shocked for a moment, some black blood oozing out of the wound, before she immediately just grimaces and, like, summons her sword and turns around. Haha, what's wrong? I just thought I'd give you a Vanderbelt hello. And Blackberry just slashes her sword, and it clashes in a massive shockwave against Vivian's. And Blackberry growls and grimaces, and they sort of, their swords sort of shudder against each other for a moment before Blackberry, oh, music's a little loud, sorry, before Blackberry pushes a bit harder and sends Vivian flying backwards from the shockwave, but Vivian, like, manages to regain her footing and just keeps holding her sword out. Stronger than you look there. Hey, Enev. Have a fun talk with Mom.
Hi, Vivian. I was listening in on it, yes?
What do you want, bitch? Well, as I said, I just wanted to give you a little greeting, since you seem like you want to be so buddy-buddy with my family now, to the point where, oh, she just sort of She sort of throws up her hands, and as she does, her sword flicks some of the black blood onto the carpet behind her. Gosh, every time I think I can't, I've just had it as much as I can with DBA and all of you people. You do something that just somehow makes me loathe all of you even just a little bit more. You're really so cowardly that you're going to try to, like, what? Stop all of us from being villains, from doing what we do, to the point of practically begging my mom for mercy? Is that what we're doing now? You don't even have the guts to keep going, to finish what you've started with all of us? Blackberry just glares and is just like, well, like I said, we're not all gonna be friends, least of all with people like you. So just leave us alone. Vivian, for a moment, looks somewhat tempted to continue the fight, but decides it's probably a bad idea, and just sheathes her sword. Come on, Enev. Little bro. Why don't we go spend times together and play a game, why don't we?
I said I'd go for today to go to Blackberry's house, but I can, when I come back, I'd be happy to.
Vivian looks down at Enev and walks over. You really want to spend more time with this weakling than with your own family? You joined us so you could be on the side of strength, didn't you?
I joined because Mama allowed one. Mom said that I could join. I asked her to teach me because yes, she's strong and I wanted to learn from her. And she's kind enough to give me a family and many siblings who care for me. And I also have friends, and I know that not everyone agrees with everything, but I'm just kind of like looking around, trying to look between them a bit. It doesn't mean I don't love you, but I do want to spend time with other people as well. And I've been home all this time too, recovering and playing games with you too, which I've been very happy about.
I suppose that's true, but I don't know, maybe you really are too much of a goody two-shoes to keep hanging around us. I mean, surely like her, you think our deeds are just despicable and unforgivable, and for that we're lesser. And Blackberry just groans, and she has desummoned her own sword at this point. Enev, you can just go with her if that's what you want, man. Like, I don't... She's not even worth putting up with. So, just do what you want, okay?
Oh. Even though, like...
Blackberry takes some damage as well.
Like, would still kind of take a breather and still go over and still give her a hug. I know you're not happy about me going and doing other things as well, but kind of gives the hug, and then if it's not, rather not reciprocated.
No, she does. She after a moment would lean down and reciprocate it. Well, you do what you want, little sibling. Just remember what I said. You might not be able to have both after her plan just goes down in flames inevitably.
It doesn't mean I can't try to be friends, have friends and family.
Wow, you are better than the rest of us, aren't you? She stands up and walks over here, and as she does, she blows a kiss at Blackberry, who just flips her off, and she walks back inside and disappears.
Closes the door menacingly.
Ow! Blackberry sort of holds her side a bit.
Oh, Blackberry, right.
Fuck is wrong with these people? Gah. Her, at least. Thank you. Healing water. Healing water. Healing water.
Yeah, just a fucking shower, really.
Yeah, you get her back to normal. Like, you know Vivian probably could have made that worse, but she did just make it a flesh wound on purpose. I can't say I understand your desire to want to be with them, Enev, but unlike some people, I can respect how you spend your time, at least. I've stopped the music, by the way, so you can go ahead and play something else.
Yeah, after making sure that Blackberry is okay. Yeah, it's like, well, they are, I know that they're not morally good, but if there's anything I have understood is that you can learn from everyone, good, bad, or otherwise. It's just keeping an open mind to that. And yeah, maybe I can't, like, I don't have any control over what other people think or do or anything. I don't have any, and I don't want to have that kind of power. Even if it is mechanically useful, it's not a good bonding thing.
Well, I'll tell you one good thing, at least. If and when you do start, having issues again, I hope you've learned your lesson, that this time, not only do you have friends, but you have family who can try to help you with it too, okay?
Okay. And Enev would hug Blackberry.
And she hugs back.
Thank
And you notice she's sort of like rubbing his back, perhaps to feel his consistency, one might say.
Yeah, when you check the consistency, Enev is very stable. They don't even have any burns.
The greatest character development of all.
All right.
Enev isn't dying. But with that, yeah, I think that we can
wrap
toss
it
in
up,
the
yeah.
towel.
Just a last quick thing Blackberry's just gonna say. First order of business, let's go to Venus's, start spreading the word about what has just happened. Then we'll go to my place and pick up Jubilee, and we'll spend the night there and then come back here like tomorrow or something.
Okay.
Because I do not want to wait too long on that, so. Alright. Yep. That's that there it is. Hope that was fun, everybody.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! And there it is.
I hope that was
And there
as
it is.
tense as I figured it would be. It was tense for me.
No, it was tense.
I'm glad you think so. That means I'm doing my job well. That means Kevaya's spooky.
Oh yeah, she's a very good character.
I'm glad you think so.
Believe that's that. So, everybody, that's gonna conclude this short story. But if you enjoyed what you saw here, you can, and you want to find out more about when, where, how, and why we're doing things, you can join our Discord by joining.
There it is.
Please God, someone stop the pain.
Join it to stop the pain. Every time you do, a little bit of the pain goes away.
Someone joins Fine Dining, an intruder. We watched that last night. Sorry, it's been on my brain, but yeah. All right. With that, let's say goodbye to chat, everybody.